Hi guys, welcome back to Flora Fun and Food. My name is Lauren and today we're going to be up potting some of my tomato starts because they're looking a little long and scraggly, and so we need to get this done sooner rather than later so that they have the best chance of growing over the summer. Let's go. Okay, so our first step is to get some new containers ready, and I bought these reusable silicone bottomed nursery pots off of Amazon. They're 4-inch pots, and then I also have some square trays that they don't 100% fit into exactly like I would want them to, but close enough. And again, everything I use I will put in the description below if you want to check out what supplies I have. So we're just going to do this kind of like we did our seed trays. We're going to fill up one of our nursery pots with pre-moistened soil, not soggy, not too dry. You got to kind of get that right. We're going to tamp it down and add a little bit more on top. This is going to give our roots space to start growing. Tomatoes like to have really long roots that go down into the soil, and this shallow tray is not going to be big enough. Plus our seedlings are getting really leggy and we don't want them to continue like this or they will not be strong seedlings. So now that I have soil in my new nursery pot, I'm going to take a chopstick and just dig a hole right down the middle. And then I'm going to use the silicone bottom of this tray to help carefully pop out the seedling. Now I could plant this just like this as it is and just bury it a little further up. That's going to be really messy for me to do inside, so I'm actually going to break the soil chunk apart and carefully pick out the seedling. So we're just going to kind of break it in half, and then I'm going to just slowly start taking chunks away from the plant until I can kind of get most of that soil gone. Now at this point, if I need to hold the plant, I'm going to hold it by the leaves and not the stem or the roots because those are more likely to break. The leaves are just a little bit sturdier. Okay, so that's about as far as I want to go with trying to get the soil off. There's still a little bit of soil clumped around the roots, but that is okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to carefully guide our seedling into this hole that we've made, holding it by the leaves, and you can just gently kind of use your chopstick to guide it down without breaking the roots. So I'm just kind of gently guiding it, kind of pushing the soil and not really the root down like that. And then I'm going to kind of tamp the soil down around it to help secure it in place. I may even add a little bit more soil around it to help some more roots grow on that stem. Any part of the stem that is buried is going to grow roots for us, so I want to give it every chance possible to have a strong root system. And now I'm going to just go ahead and stick a little label in this. I could also just use a piece of tape on the side, but I have these cute little plant markers, so we'll do that. And I'm probably going to put either just 1 or 2 seedlings per pot because I do want to give them room to grow and kind of let the roots flesh out. So I think I'm going to call this one good. I find it's helpful to make a little bit bigger of a hole, maybe with the other end of the chopstick. And then use the skinny end to help guide the roots down in place like that. Yep, that worked a lot easier. So do whatever works best for you. And again, just be really delicate with these fragile seedlings. Now for this last one, I have 2 healthy looking seedlings left, and I'm going to plan on putting 3 tomato plants per bucket in my garden. So I'm going to just do 2 seedlings in this one, and then if one starts to die, I have a backup. So we'll make 2 pretty large holes. And again, just break apart our soil chunk. Pluck our seedling out by its leaves. And then just guide it down into the hole you made as gently as you possibly can. and then backfill the soil, and you are good to go. Now at this point, I would weed out any seedlings or thin out any seedlings that didn't look healthy, like if anything was yellow, if anything was extremely small compared to everything else in the same variety of the tray. But these 4 looked pretty decent, so I'm going to keep all of them. And again, in case one of them dies, I really want to plant 3 per bucket, so I have a backup plan in case that happens. So now I've got an entire row of tomato glacier, and we'll just keep going like this. Now, you can do this with more than just tomatoes. For example, I have all of this dill growing, if you can kind of see how tall this is getting. So we'll see how many of these containers and trays I can fit stuff into, but if stuff is getting really tall, you can always up pot it, and it'll just help it kind of grow a little bit better, give it more space. So we may do that as well. You can do it with any seedlings, but you don't want to bury these too high on a stem, because most plants, unlike tomatoes, peppers, and tomatillos, do not grow roots from their stems, so you really need to make sure you know if your plants will do that or not. Otherwise, if you bury it too high, you could suffocate the plant and end up killing it. So just be wary of what you have and how to repot them. Tomatoes I find the easiest because they are kind of foolproof. And there you guys have it. That is how we up potted our scraggly seedlings into larger pots to give them a better chance of survival. Now it's just time to water these and stick them back under the grow lights. No heat mat required. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and head over to my channel to subscribe for more content like this, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks guys. Bye.